see the new dance, new generation. Everybody clap your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Okay.
What's up, Friday?
Hey, Friday. Ziyaphuma namhlanje. Hamba nobani? Ngizumthola.
Emadlamini uphi umqombothi lapho? Yazi mangifika ekhaya ngiyothola umqombothi madoda.
Wemadlamini uphi umqombothi? Wemadlamini uphi umqombothi? Wemadlamini uphi umqombothi?
get your presentation ready in minutes, still spending hours manually creating slides, doing the
It's pleasure for you anytime, babe, anytime, babe.
famous. Hello, 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 hello. Awe, 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 you get one life on leave, me self get one life on leave. Why we no go use am gladdy and enjoy the time? Palava no dey finish, time me no dey wait nobody. Now why I dey try for always get am nice every day and night? This one way we all friend we safe, now nobody own. You wanna eat what you must, we go down you belly, now you young. And the balance where you go die left, now all the money on. So why for the greedy you say for? If the motor car where you let buy am. If you see finance where you call it Bilam, oh. You meet up woman where you let Yanam. And if you let the man na for keep am. Want them more. The food where you feel for it na for eat am. That fine la pan where you let na for buy am. And tie am more. And if you baby love you back love am. But if you love them all now you na for left am. Want them more. Cause nobody know waiting tomorrow all. So every day of my life till I'm old, I fast in enjoyment stay go. Now for land for care for yourself. Nobody love you pass you yourself. All man they fed for himself. Oh. Now why I know they allowed with the other man they pan take me peace away. Me joy away. Me smile away. Oh no make nobody take you peace away. Me joy away. Me smile away. Oh no. Alright. Every day.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night. Una all welcome on a kabo, una kushe. Please, guys, before we start this show, I want to share the link. The first thing I want to do for we, please press the share button. If you're watching from YouTube, share the link. If you're watching from Twitter, share the link. If you're watching from Facebook, please, guys, just share the link. And also, if you not get any question to we program today, please write the question at the comment section at the chat. We go pass them on to the amazing guest for let it answer the question to the best of his ability. As we all know, we are the APC Diaspora UK. We anything what they talk now in a fact. Obviously, we get a personal opinion them. But we try as much as possible for good enough factual information. But before we go any further, I go welcome me co-host, SweetBonita. Let's have welcome on.
Good evening, viewers. As Fattia has said, we definitely bring you greetings from Sierra Leone and that of the diaspora. This is your number one APC online platform for the diaspora. And if you check the topic, it says BO in China. We have a very young and dynamic guest this evening. But I think I want to allow Fattia, because if I decide to introduce my boss, I'm not going to do justice and I might be disciplined behind the scenes. So coming from the academy, I think I will allow Fattia to introduce my former boss, who is going to be our guest this evening. Fattia.
Thank you so much, SweetBonita. I could just say just few words. You will still introduce us, SweetBonita, because I'm a senior. So I could just do teeny weeny bit of justice to the wonderful gentleman we'll get today. He's a landed individual. He is an amazing comrade. He is a cousin. He used to be the leader for the youth wing in the United Kingdom, APC UK and I don't know, I can hear him echoing. I don't know if it's me echoing. Let me just check. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me just mute a few people. Okay, so I think, yes, I'm all good now. He was the leader for the youth wing in the APC UK and I. He also stand for be a chairman for the UK and I. He's a runner-up. He is a well, amazing comrade. well intelligent, a learned individual, friends of many, UK, abroad, home, wherever you want to call him. He's well known. He knows his politics, highly intelligent. And a small introduction, Sweet Bonita go do the rest. Because like I said, it's senior me, either above me, paid grade. So I will call Sweet Bonita, let Sweet Bonita finish the introduction. Sweet Bonita, go ahead. I know they call the name, you go call the name.
Not be
Okay, I think she muted. Yeah.
I think I will not be disciplined after this, as Fatia said. This fine gentleman, very young, and Fatia said very eloquent. He knows the nitty gritty of our party, and he was my leader for the APC UK and Ireland Youths Wing, because again, some of us have graduated. Now we are moving forward. He's no other person but leader Adams Bangura. He's so cute, but he's married, so take away your eyes.
I've got a cough. Welcome, Leader Adams. Welcome, Adams Bangura. Welcome to this wonderful platform, APC Diaspora TV Online. You have joined us before. You're regular here. You're well known to our viewers, our guests. Please, Adams, tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself, because we don't introduce you, but you got to do yourself more justice. Please introduce yourself, Leader Adams.
Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you very much, my dear sweet Bonita and darling Tia. Una, thank you. Of course, well, I just want to be brief. Mina, Adams Bangura, like you have said, I have served and continue to serve. We party, the APC party, na this side of the world, na the UK, so I find myself. I think among so many other things that I have aspired or led in the past, I've also vied for a symbol, for represent me people in a salon, constituency 118. So I think we don't do, we beat. Just like somebody said, in politics, you come, you do your best, and then you make way for others. So I am very much grateful that the fact that say people who I mentored over the years, so many of them are proud for saying that they in charge of the biggest constituency here in the UK, that is London. I'm very much gratified because of that, and I they follow them from the back, quietly do give advice where I am asked or consulted, because again, as a leader, one thing you try not to do is to micromanage people. Allow them make their mistakes and learn from them. But this is me, Adams Bangura. I have represented the APC party in various forms, both here in the UK, the diaspora globally, and also in Sierra Leone. So that's just about it. I will want to say, professionally, I am an administrator. I have been an health administrator for the last couple of years. Well, I would say close to 2 decades. But I am grateful. I think for the fact that I get an opportunity for serving, lead with people. I'm very much grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Adams. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Obviously, as the show they go along, we will get some question in at the chat where you go keep an eye. We said go keep an eye. We will ask you for let you answer most of them, or the ones that you feel comfortable. I'm sure you feel comfortable answering all of them anyway, because like I said, I don't put you say you not learn at somebody. We know your politics in and out. So therefore, I'm expecting you to answer every single question on that chart. Because
I'll do my best. Yeah, I'll do justice to every one of them.
Thank you.
I mean, the fact that they will ask a question, it means say they are interested to know something. So
beautiful.
we should do justice to them. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's what we want to hear. Today we get a very, very interesting show for we guests them where they join we viewers them both in YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Una thank you once again. Like I said, you're all welcome to this amazing platform. Please share the line and also subscribe. Just press the subscribe button to any time we're on. You can get the notification as soon as possible, then you can join the conversation. The question today, Sweet Bonita has already mentioned it, is Bio in China. So we dig deeper into that message, Bio in China. What did he went to China for? Why did he go to China? Did he achieve what he went there for? Able to achieve what's the pros and cons, the advantage, disadvantage. We they compare and contrast. Both Bio went to China and also Adams Bangura went to China, because we're not going to talk about Bio, we're not talk about Anes, because them both went to China, the People's Republic of China. So welcome, Leader Adams. So you like the
Thank
topic,
you.
first of all, what we choose today for you?
Well, I mean, I think say it's a fantastic topic because it's a very trending topic as we speak. It also gets to do with the leadership of our country. So whatever it takes for make we at least learn we all lead to knowledge to that particular trip. I think it's important for make we educate to people.
Thank you. Before we start, I'm gonna make Sweet Bonita open the question. Sweet Bonita, let's get on with the show.
Thank you so much, Fattia. I'm Leader Adams. Again, Fattia forgot to mention. Leader Adams is a lawyer in making, so believe me, what he has to dodge, he will dodge it. But we know we'll make sure that everything is going to be responded to accordingly. So, but again, Leader, as Fattia said, or should I say Adams Bangura? Sorry, please forgive me.
Thank you. It's okay.
And again, please let me just remind you, it has to be in Creole. Ignore me, Leader, as always. It has to be in Creole, so please just do everything in Creole, because we want the layman in Sierra Leone to literally understand why we are here and why we've chosen this topic. Because I remember you said it's a trending topic. Not everybody knows the meaning of trending. So definitely we want you to do all your answers or all your analysis in Creole, please. Please, I'm asking for you to help me. Because
I
if
get
not,
you.
I will be dead. So I'm Leader. I want you to tell us what will be the benefits, because if a leader from our country has gone to another country, we need to have a benefit. What do you think the benefit is going to be to us as Sierra Leoneans for the trip that Madabio have taken?
Right. In this scenario, thank you to we viewers them out there. Good evening once more. We will get full look at benefit. I'm just trying to, get the Creole on the English. We go get full look at the benefit here from a two front. A, the personal front, and then B, for that which we country supposedly get for benefit from. Because again, I also want for make maybe viewers them know say why we're here as members of the opposition. You say earlier on when you draw a comparison with previous presidents' visits to China and that of the current president is firstly, let us understand that the Chinese are business people. That is one thing first when we need to understand about the China Africa politics or the Chinese geopolitics. I will put it that way. For China, they are business people. So it doesn't matter to them whether they're dealing with a rogue regime, a legitimized regime, an illegitimate regime. The Chinese certainly do not care. For them, it's business. They count their goods, you buy into their goods, you work your business with them, then go about their own stuff, make their own money, then go. Whatever happens, how you pass, democratically or otherwise, the Chinese don't give nothing about it. As far as the Chinese are concerned, they are not interested in that. They're business people. So more we establish that, firstly, about China. So it is nothing of a novelty for, say, this president or previous president or any other president in Africa, including those that are operating under military regimes. They would be accorded a similar courtesy, a similar respect, and a similar, probably even more, business dealings. That's China for you. For them, it's a one China policy. What's in a China interest, not in a China interest. Outside of China, they are not interested. So now you may want to ask probably why suddenly the BO administration don't all of a sudden see China as a dear friend. Well, that's an interesting point because viewers will recall when the APC government be there in power, most of the visits and probably all of the investments that we come from China, the current SLPP government, they were opposed to it. They kick against it. They said so many damning things against the previous administration. Simply because, again, for the very premise way Alesu, they count themselves as being friends of the Western world. China, they will be very mindful because China is not a democratic country as in the world democracy itself or as perceived in the West. So they oppose to China. And then suddenly, Bio now, Duncan C say his only alternative now to achieving some of his promises or for at least attempt to do whatever he said that he would do for the people of Sierra Leone, the only people we go genuinely probably want for invest it and without asking questions or wanting to know about who's responsible for what or what was done at some point, not China. Because with the West, of course, there are so many questions that will be asked in terms of legitimacy, in terms of what is their democratic principles, in terms of the rule of law, governance, and so many other things. The West will ask all of those. They want to see results before even they will encourage their people to come in. And that is why you will find out, say, in countries like the UK and America, then get some investment laws then way that governs their citizens when you're investing abroad in a foreign country. There are certain things that you need to do. There are certain principles that need to be followed as according to your home country's law. So it's quite difficult now for the BU administration for making them quote any serious, and I quote and I mean the word any serious, because again, any other person can come in as a Western investor, but are they serious investors? But any serious Western investor for Kana Sierra Leone now for Kana invest. So which is why the only alternative is to lean to China. It's
Okay, Adams, you saying, so would you class the BO regime or the BO government as a hypocritical government?
Well,
for the previous statements where they make during the APC, when APC made the reign?
It's more than hypocrisy. Tony Blair would say in his days, would say rank opportunism. So he went after those people because he not been there at them position, right? All he's ever wanted was to be in their own position. And then suddenly, whilst he finds himself there, he sees an opportunity now for making himself jump into what he don't oppose yesterday. That's rank opportunism. So hypocrisy, of course, is there, but also they look at us, it's opportunistic for them for lean on to China because the West, they give a headache. The West, they tie every bit of their investment along with democratic principles. And China does not require that. So that's where the rank opportunism comes in.
Okay, that's fine so far. Another question we were asked to you. Bill went to China. He took a large entourage. Obviously, as the conversation deepens, then obviously the question develop even more. So Bill take a large entourage, not just China. He went to Namibia, and then he went to, off my mind now, went to another country before obviously ending in China. Waiting you feel say all them people then the way Mother Bio take to China, how they go play their own parts? I mean, necessary for like talk so many people? Was it really necessary or not? Because if it necessary, whose parts them people and they play to waiting it go for China?
Okay, so here is the thing. It's unfortunate that most of their visits abroad is shrouded in secrecy. And that's truly unfortunate for a democratic country. I have in the past attended series of investment conferences we get for do with Salon. There is a reason why, in some cases, you take not just anybody, but you're bringing in experts. Say you are attending investment conferences like the one way BOC go, and this is no justification as to why he probably would have taken that many people, even though they're not explained, but they give an insight of what I know in the past as to the triggers of some of the people and the why they travel with abroad. So if you do go on an investment conferences, let's say Salon they come for can pitch to investors or potential investors as to what we get in our country. You get for bringing the various experts, various heads or certain MDAs for can pitch in precisely what thing they do. We go able for attract them people and they in turn for me they can invest in a salon. You understand? In most cases, that's some of the reasons and that why you take that many people. But do they care to explain to us precisely why they took so many people? No. I just to talk about waiting me no. Because again, the BO administration or regime don't know kind of like people's friendly administration for kind of explain themselves. Say, when they go to China, we are taking 30, 40 people, they will only come to respond, they're responsive government. They will only come to respond when people would have raised series of questions, people would have asked so many difficult questions. That's the only time they will come in for can answer or for can give excuses as to why they may have or would have taken those people to China. So I would assume, because we are told that it's an investment conference that the president we get for meet with series of Chinese investors. Udan are the sort of investors, only few we were told about. We saw pictures of a visit that the president went to a Chinese factory. Wait and tell we that they look for make them see if they're able for bring in a value added produce to salon. Since we get iron ore and so many of the minerals, and for see if steel we go able for begin for manufacture steels in Sierra Leone and they will export the steel itself abroad. I don't know. These are all what we are told because again they say the proof is in the pudding. We wait for make we see some of the details, and I am hoping that then go accord with that respect for explaining to we precisely. But all I can say to you, primarily, the BO administration don't run out of steam. The only option I wouldn't get is the Chinese. Is the
Okay.
Chinese.
Okay. Another question, then I will bring Sweet Bonita in. Okay, we don't see waiting them putting on social media regarding his achievement, what he went to, did he achieve it, not achieve it, but they don't give it different various of figures, particularly financially. We even get some of the tweets. As we go along, we go put some of the tweets where the BO administration, some of them put up. We would interpret that to be uncommon knowledge. We see what him put up regarding one of the things he went for: financial help, cancellation of debt, technical support, electronic support, whatever way you want to call it, intelligence, secret intelligence, so on and so forth. Various activities where basically he saying I go for. Then put a quota, almost you get, almost you not get. We all know the figures. We will publish that as we go along as well. You feel say really and truly that was a success. Particularly, look at this one here from Mike Berera, which is a right-hand person of Madabio. He's in his administration. You feel say it was beneficial what he again after as we go along, like I said, we go compare and contrast with Adams Bangura because it himself went to China for various activities. Looking at this text, to waiting the Madabio government put up say they were granted over 50 or so or 100 or something 70 million yen. I think it worked out to be about 9 point something US dollars, and then taking out the debts $2.5, so left with 5 7, then that 7 day take 2 for technology, then he left with 5. So really and truly, you see any beneficial or you feel a two statements to waiting and achieve Adams to that
So
financial
so let's for once let's just assume that what in Mike Brewer, my good friend, put out, let's assume it to be true. There's a couple of things that comes with some of these grants or aid for these countries, especially with China. And they may come, you don't try for explain few of them, they may come in various forms. Um, A could be through debt relief or cancellations. And I want to make you know, say, we are owing China to the hundreds of millions of dollars. We owe the Chinese government. Yes, that's how much we are owing them. So a write-off of about $7 or $9 million, it's practically nothing. It's practically nothing. If we can tighten with budget in terms of what is being stolen, probably every week we they get way more than waiting and give so where we leaders and they clap with where they clap for so. We are better than that. So this Chinese money could have come, but again, we are waiting for the details as to precisely what in this grant or this money mean. Would it come as some form of a debt release or cancellation? Then we'll get for tailwind. So if it's part of that, then it means say actually we not get anything other than they say, well, and with the write off X amount, but which would have been OE some 20, 30 years ago. It may not even be current debt, to probably not some old outstanding debt. We will write it off. And then we the clap now say, oh, it's a success. Of course, in the world itself, success. But how much of a success would that mean? That's everybody's guess. And then you go also get for look at assuming say they are bringing in some form of technical support, as they say in terms of ICT or other infrastructural support. How would they come in this instance? Again, as how most Western countries do. What they will do, they will not in a way give you guys the money. They need to give you the money. They bring in their young people and come. Then now inside that money they can pay their young people as experts, probably for can set up whatever infrastructure or whatever it is that una they ask for make them can give una. That's how most times some of them relieve they work. That's how most times they work. Plain and simple. So we are still waiting for the details. Make we know. It's also good for go pitch in or for go try for poaching investors for kind of your country. But we want to see the details. We want to see the details as to what are the interests, what are they coming in to invest in. Because not too long before BO left for go China, what thing we've been get as an issue. We had the toll gate saga, where all of a sudden the Minister of Works, Dr. Denis Sandi, being get for go. He say cabinets don't get approval for make them do a revised calculation of the toll gate. Way before don't take effect right from the 1st of this month. Had it not been for the swift intervention of the leader of the opposition, who came in and said, hang on a minute, no. Even if cabinet give approval, this deal was ratified and approved in parliament. So if there are any variation or anything will get a material change to the contract itself, it should be reverted back to parliament. Parliament, therefore, revisit see what needs to be changed or amended with regards to outstanding areas then we bind the contract, and one of which is during the first set of contracts where I've got the contract, but for some privacy clauses, I'm not gonna get for site verbatim. I will just go around them. For some reason, waiting and be factored out in that agreement. Now that you got waiting and call traffic data. Waiting the traffic data they talk about. The number of vehicles then we don't cross the toll, we don't pay overtime since the contract came into effect from 2016-17. Therefore, need for give a calculation of that. How many number of vehicles, then waiting at the total money where the Chinese company don't gather from the 27 years contract rate and be signed with the government of Sierra Leone. Up until now, as we speak, those figures are not available. The SLPP Minister of Work, Sandy, fully aware of that side of the contract. Instead, what did he do? If they try for can preach to we, and technically he became the spokesman for the Chinese investors. Now he be the kind of for can talk to we. how magnanimous the Chinese had been, how pitiful they had been to the people of Sierra Leone, forgetting that that particular side of the contract is way more important even than the increment rate they ask them, because now they tell we precisely how much we don't pay as a country and how much is left. Where ideally if we get those traffic data right, in fact it will be a revised calculation rather than an increment. So now, as I say, all thanks to the leader of the opposition, we step in. Parliament being for someone, the very minister himself, he appeared before the world, and including the speaker. I must give credit to the speaker and his team. Let's have put their foot down, say now we will not assent to any revised calculation until we get all of them details there. So thankfully, we are now hearing that the minister say, he don't get some figures. But the question for me, it is not some figures. We want the totality of the traffic figures, because now Ingo able for advice, precisely waiting for be the increment or the decrease as a result of that. So you look at all of them variances, then the Chinese seem to be getting way more than waiting they get away. So for me, your $9 million, thank you very much, but give us precisely waiting due we. More we go to the table, more we do this business here, as you would expect a proper business that ought to be done in a mutual interest. But the Chinese, they get way more than they get to.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely, like you said, they have to be in there for something. Chinese no just can't give you one when they need to get four. It's a factual. Like I say, in a business country, all they cares about is business. And to be quite honest, nobody no go blame them. They're doing what they're supposed to do for the betterment of their young country. So therefore, anything goes. If I give you one, you give me four. It's as simple as that. A day up to the individual country for able to negotiate a better deal will go betterment the young country rather than the other way around. SweetBonita, I'm gonna have to bring you in now.
You know, honestly, I think when it comes about the kind of deal SFPP are doing, we all know is not for the betterment of our country. Because I'm just going to take us off the toll gate. Let's go to the electricity. When the SFPP came into governance, they decided to revisit
the car powership.
Yes, the car powership, which they have got it lesser. But our people are paying double of the same lesser price they are paying now. So when it comes to the SFPP, they don't give a hoot about Sierra Leone. So that's just what it is. But before I ask any question to Adams, I just want to welcome our guests on the chat line, because again, without them, we will not be here. I want to say good evening to Adam Asise, is watching all the way from the south of England, and also Simba Cole, good evening. James Moses Bangura, good evening. Derwin Thomas, good evening. Bintu Cisse, good evening. And also we have Elizabeth Quaita, I think, good evening. And also I think these are the people we have so far that I can go through. Please forgive me if I haven't called your name. One of the questions is for Derwin Thomas. Derwin says, will a small country like Sierra Leone ever benefit from a relationship with the Chinese? And again, he asked, he said, will the APC policy towards China change when it comes to power, or would it remain the same? And these are just two of the questions from Dell. I think the other one here is again, it says, well, the Chinese loans require a sovereignty. Collective example, the port and the mines. So when it comes to China, as Adams has said, everything they do is about themselves. Darwin also says the Chinese include banks and government are known for not being transparent. So this is why Leader was saying when it comes to China, it's just about themselves. They don't care about who you are. You bring them a deal, they take it. And I'm sure we can also remember, Fattia, that Black Johnson, which Madabio decided to sell it, give it away for free to the Chinese, and is asking the people of Sierra Leone to leave that particular location for the Chinese. So we can see where the Chinese are giving them this, and then they are taking everything that belongs to us as a nation. I think Adams also mentioned that the benefit that the Chinese are getting is even way more than what we as a nation should get. So it means whatever deal Madabio and his team are having with the Chinese, it has nothing to do with us as Sierra Leoneans. It has to do with them as an individual using the word Sierra Leone to hide underneath it, because all of it, all of those transactions, it will not go into the consolidated form. We've seen that on several occasions. And some of the issues that they went to China, Fatia, if we can refer back, there is a lady on Facebook, I don't want to mention her name, but she did make a mention about the university in Connaught. The chancellor in Connaught did not go to this visit. Somebody from somewhere that does not even have a university was the one that they accompanied to China. So it
Okay.
means it's not about the benefits of Sierra Leone or people that are supposed to do what they are to do, but it's just who they feel should be there. So this is
Okay.
just a personal benefit to SFPP and their crew, not to us as Sierra Leoneans or as a nation. So that's something we also need to be to know, and also to let the people of Sierra Leone know point blank.
Okay. All right, then.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Sweet Bonita. Adams, I get one question for you as well. Obviously, Sweet Bonita will ask question as well.
So, do you want me to go through Delwyn's questions
Okay, we'll
first?
answer that one. Yeah, we've got like few about a minute
Okay.
to say for late answer, and then we'll go through. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Right. So Delwyn asked the first question, that will a small country like Sierra Leone ever again, Delwyn, the truth of the matter is, size is size really the issue here? Yes, size not matters, but you get to size really matter, but not when it gets to a point where you think, say, you have a comparative advantage. Of course, the economics will tell you that when there is what it's known as, when you get to do terms of trade, they get what you call comparative advantage. That is, what in exactly you get way more than you partner or somebody you do business with. Once you have that comparative advantage, if we're able to give you the edge for make you able to negotiate well. Now, I tell you, say, size for me, as in this instance, it doesn't really matter, because we get something where China desperately so need, which is our oil. They are desperate for it. They in America, they compete for them. So the Chinese, as far as that is concerned, they need it so desperately. Now, you may want to say, because we're in a small country, we need to negotiate we way out. No, we would. It takes leadership, and it takes fortitude for stand up for say, okay, yes, we have done these things in the past this way, but this time around, I think, say, we ran on this platform, we were voted for on this platform. Let us do business completely different from how we be done the do. A case in point, in one of the francophone countries, I think it's we then get a coup about a year or so ago. They were very close with France as their colony. They were very close with France. Literally, all of their exports have been France be the manager. To a point, the French government being get the military station na Mali, Bamako, right? Then be get on it. But what did they do? When the leadership come in, they ask them plain, say, it's either our way or nothing. Zero, kaput. Business over. The French no budge, themselves no budge. Then kick them out. Tell them plain. They were threatened with military actions here and there, but they stood their ground. The people came out and campaigned, in favor of their administration. And guess what? Just within 6 months, about a year, I then get one of the fastest growing economy now in the world. What would they talk about value addition? They have brought it into the mineral sector now, normally. So they get one of the fastest growing economies now. So it's not as if it's something that we cannot do in Sierra Leone. These are things that we could do. It only takes a selfless leader where they say, this is not so much of what is going to be in that deal for me. Because for the most part, the deals the way they negotiate, it's either that 20, 30%, 15% kickback way for control the power and all those around the power. Not so much as to waiting get for control the country. The moment we get leaders that we get for the stand up to that to say, enough of this, let it be most about my people, we go able for negotiate well with the Chinese. Now business we dey go into. When we
Yes.
go to beg, we can left all of we respect, we go beg. But when we go to talk business, well, we are all of you negotiating skills, may you go negotiate in the interest of your people. At the end of the day, if you not get all, plus or minus, una go commodate 50%. We'll go benefit you people. That's how it done. And I make you know they just get one set of investor, then you close, say, oh, you don't close the deal. No, you did. Let the Chinese feel, say, without una, we can bring somebody else from somewhere. They can come in. And then you also talk about some of them businesses, their investments there, if they get sovereign grants of course. Most of the Chinese investments the way they do, they are guided by sovereign bonds. And in most cases, we leaders and then they tell we what they don't put up as a guarantee
As a
for their
collateral.
investments in
Yeah.
there. But it's an obvious deal. Because now they China they tie, now they tie you. They did that to Myanmar, where it got to a point the port of Myanmar was owned by the Chinese government. Now then be the owner because it was put up as a sovereign bond.
So, Adams, I'll not stop you there saying that how difficult. So that would be very difficult for any government or any country where they do business with China for come out of that deal because they say Mali, rig their way out to come out of a deal. But if you don't put a collateral, for example, like a port or a major bank, whatever it is you put as collateral, how difficult it will be for that particular. They speak broadly now, not just Sierra Leone. Most of these African countries are doing deals with the Chinese. How you feel say difficult for let them come out of that deal if they don't put all in collateral as a bond for say if you not pay, this is what we would have, this is what would have. How difficult to get for let me wriggle way around out of this.
To be honest, legally. It is difficult, but it is not impossible, because let's say if the contract in itself was entered into with a bad faith, you understand? Those are the legal loopholes. If it was entered into in bad faith, you understand? Let's say somebody else can negotiate in a bad faith, and then when the next people can see all of them loopholes there, we will go to them. We will appeal to their conscience and say, listen, we want to keep this deal. We want to do business with you guys. But this whole thing was done in bad faith. You understand? It was done in bad faith. Because of this reason, that reason, that reason. I am sure they are smart enough for make themselves pick them up and say, you know what? We'll not give now all of these, but we'll go see also go able to revisit this contract here. May we renegotiate. Just like how themselves, now that they ask for waiting for an increment in the toll gate fees, because then fees say that they run at a loss because according to them, the exchange rate don't go above 10%, where they affect them the currency exchange. So then they ask for waiting for me they renegotiate, so then go up back for waiting for make them go able for the toll gate fee could go up small. So there are areas then where they cause a contract, where they trigger a renegotiation in a contract. So just because it was done now with it does not necessarily mean say you're not open to renegotiation. It's all about, again, it takes leadership to do that. Somebody forget the guts for doing that. And also Delwin ask about would the APC administration going to be different with what is currently being negotiated? I will say to you this, though as an APC person, it may sound biased, but I want to tell you, say, almost all of the deals, the Chinese deals, the way the APC government signed, they were good deals for Sierra Leone. And a case in point is the Mama Airport that would have given us a twin city, where most of the administrative structures then now did there before relocate. And how much was that new airport and then new building and day we be negotiating for? It was something no more than $700 million. Airport now, state-of-the-art offices there now, and all of that. And even there was even a conversation around it for a new presidential office, where people move along the side and it was also factored in that deal. You understand? But whether people there come, because they don't see, say, this deal was closed, was kaput, nobody now can get natty and up at them. What did they do? They voided it. They canceled it. They canceled it. They said, no, we will not go into this thing because it was done in bad faith. You remember I tell you, you should not say if somebody feels a contract was done in bad faith. So
Yes.
then can they argue that clause, say it was negotiated in bad faith. They voided that contract. That whole deal went down the drain. And what did they do? They gave us an extension in we almighty Lungi Airport, where the extension would then give we, it almost cost the same amount that would have given us a brand new airport plus state-of-the-art administrative offices. Now, mama. So the question
So you feel say in that case, then you feel say in that case, then in a way they have regretted that, not publicly. The BO
I
government.
wouldn't say they regretted, because again, regrets get to do with conscience. Somebody will only regret where conscience tell you, say what you have done, you ought not to have done it. You've done something wrong. You understand? Then you go own up, say, you know, if we be no, we be for don't go with this. But this whole thing is about ego and pride, and also about killing somebody else's legacy. Had they maintained my mama, APC for still they claim credit, say this was our own. Now we can with this, now we do this, now we do that. So in other words, that's why I will never give them that glory day. This year, we rather more go extend Lungi Airport. It's all about pride. It's not about continuity. Because if you feel say my mama was done in bad faith, but you still think say relocating that airport could do we more benefits than any other thing, you would have renegotiated.
Okay. All right,
but
then.
They failed to do so.
Okay. I get another question, but SweetBonita, you get question. Obviously, you seems to be.
Yeah, well, it's not really a question. I just want to acknowledge some of our viewers. We have Kagbo, we have Mohammed Sise, we have Vada K, and also Binti Sise. And again, one of it from Mohammed Sise, he's written all the way from Kent, and then Valdo is all the way from Sierra Leone. He says nothing SLPP government has done for the benefit of Sierra Leone. And again, from Binti Sise, it says, well said, Comrades Adams. So that's something I need to know.
Okay.
Let Adams know that yes, people are watching and they are definitely telling him he's doing the right thing. So I think I will leave it for now.
Okay. Let me I've got a few questions I've written down for. Let me read one of my questions for you. It says, are there any special areas of collaboration and cooperation that the President BO is focusing on with Chinese official? Those are one of my questions written down.
Well, I would have loved to have given a straightforward answer or straight-faced answer had I been a member of his delegation, but I am not. But all I will say is from what we have been told, if it's about ICT, assuming that I became the president of Sierra Leone, now China really, I want to make them man me ICT. We got for do informations and all of that. Hell no. Because given the Chinese, all of that is like you're exposing all of your secrecy or everything about your country to the Chinese. Because they will hack just about everything of it anyway. What's infrastructure will we get for ensure, say, our ICT is properly cyber secured? We don't have that capacity. So outsourcing that to the Chinese, it's more or less we're just handing over ourselves to them technically to say, here we come, at your mercy. So I don't know precisely what thing that they can with, but hopefully once they get back to Sierra Leone, we will follow up with the details and then we will go after the facts.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. I've got a few more questions, but let me see. SweetBonita, I have a question for you as well. Over to you, SweetBonita. You're muted.
We are doing too much of English, so we need to do Creole. So please, Fatia, this is why I'm trying to take back too much. So
okay.
That's from Simba Cole. Sorry, Simba, we're gonna go back home.
Okay, it's just the question and the part. I write it down in English, so I'm trying to translate it into Creole. Okay, I get another question for you, Leader Adams. Okay, SweetBonita, you ask your question for so let it not look like I'm hijacking the show with me English.
No. Fatia, I'm fine. It's me and you, so don't worry. Just go ahead. If I have one, I'm definitely gonna go to my leader for it.
Okay. I've got another question I've written down as well. What challenges or obstacle do you foresee in implementation of the agreement between Chinese and Sierra Leone?
Um, there
Only
was
agreement where they don't do so for last year, the last parliament.
for all of that, I would say in the first place,
Mm-hmm.
consistency into the deals the way they go negotiate. Because again, if the agreement or the contract is all over the place, it is prone to be manipulated. And if the clauses are not very clear, somebody will get for comeback at some point along the line for say, oh no, now this clause be mean, now that's that clause they be mean. So there's always a gray area when you seem for be desperate when you do go to them countries and they. And as far as China Sierra Leone relationship friendship is concerned now, they see say this current administration is desperate and they are vulnerable. So what would the Chinese do? They give you the cow, then they hold the rope. So now then they control everything. Everything so far we they go ask for. It's going to be on their own terms. But for us, for we people then just believe say the fact that say we don't able for bring can something, it does not matter at what cost it came. We don't care with anyway, come na come. All mankind come.
Okay.
And that's the problem. That's the
So,
problem.
so how does this, in that particular point, on that point, how this affect Sierra Leone foreign policy with other countries, the
Well,
Western
it's
world? How it affects me?
well, but again, like somebody will say, foreign policies are mostly negotiated on strength. If we go weak in ourselves, and we are, and our country, listen, let's not share about this. We are weak at home, and so are we abroad because of democratic values. We don't lost credit. You know, if it were in the case of a bank, you get what they call credit ratings, where you get institutions like Prudentials and others, where they rate you credit ability for make them able to give you loan or credit facilities. We don't lost that. So no country in the West, serious country no want for go send the investors and they investors' confidence is down because of so many uncertainties where they within Sierra Leone right now. And before you go invest, there are so many climates where investors get for look into. And political is one of them. Security is one of them. So then two things there, they are a major trigger. Because if you get a multi-million-dollar company who want for go invest in Sierra Leone, then get for consult their insurance companies. They get risk insurance. They have to consult the insurance company, when they can do risk assessment for them. And if the insurance company thinks say it's a highly risk area and a day you go invest, what's in the insurance premium they go up. And once the insurance premium go up, it becomes a problem. Because they know say anything can happen. This administration can come in, the next one and go can say, well, who will not agree. As in the case of my mama. As in the case of mama. So I will not be surprised for make we go negotiate anything at China. Then they go tell we say, well, we will all go into this if we not give you a state house. Or if we not give you a parliament. I mean, as the case may be, hypothetically. Because they don't see, say, there are so many risks, so many uncertainties around coming to Sierra Leone to invest. So those are some of the challenges. Those are major challenges. Until we rise above the major challenges, therefore. So you know what? In politics, we can agree, we disagree here and there and all that. But there is only one Sierra Leone, and we owe it to that Sierra Leone. Until this government and every other person with a supporter understands that we have a problem, it go difficult for make we attract serious investors. That is why our economy is on the drain. Because we are financially constrained in terms of foreign direct investment. We are constrained. Big time. People can argue this all over the place, but we are constrained. Now, if America or the European Union go give we small change for campaign salary, because that's also recurrent expenditure now with the anyway. The same thing over and again. They can't give we for help for pay salary. We the jump, we the celebrate. Because investors are not coming. And that was one thing that Adams Bangura succeeded in doing. He created investor confidence. They came in. Even when he had challenges, he invited the opposition, the then SPP, say, listen, at a point, now they send it, they involve them for going to negotiate. That was why almost all of the investors the way Canada started, them contract and go through parliament unhinged, unscathed, because he involved every one of them. He made them feel part of it. But as in this case, they will only get for involve the opposition where they don't see all is about to be lost. Then the why use we now as a proxy for prop up the negotiation, or we will get the opposition involved. But right at the beginning, they were not consulted. They were never part of it. Now waiting on who's talk now, the one can use we. Just like how they go use Mohammed Bangura and the likes in America as a puppy show.
Okay,
But
thank you.
So that's the whole thing.
Okay, thank you very much, Adams. I'm not being SweetBonita. I get more question, but let's SweetBonita and ask you a question. Go ahead, darling.
Thank you so much. And you know, with this one, I think as Leader Adams was saying, most of these decisions that the SFPP and their cohorts are doing, they know full well that it's not for the benefit of our country. Because sometimes we speak to these people behind the scene and they'll tell you, well, my boss says this, I can't say that. So literally they know what they are doing is not right, but just to satisfy their own ego and lie to their supporters. Because, for example, if we see now Sandy that today is telling us, oh, they should come and increase the toll gate and all this. This was the person that was sacked out of Ministry of Lands. Now he's been put in another position. So you can literally see everything they are doing is just recycling the worst within themselves. And for me, it's one of the saddest things we are facing as a country. And these are something I am hoping that us, the APCNs, will learn and make sure we don't repeat this and make sure we work as a unit for the country. Because we see when they went for the committee, before we are going to have this prototype, and what the leader says, Samura says, well, I've asked my members of parliament, my councillors, my MPs, I mean also my mayors, to go to parliament, to take part for the benefit of our country, which is the opposite of the SFPP that's supposed to think for the people of Sierra Leone. They don't care. They absolutely do not care. So that's something we also needs to take into account.
Okay. Another thing, thank you so much, SweetBonita. Adams, I wonder we do small comparison with obviously with Anas Kurma, because obviously we talk about China. He can make China more prominent, more known in Freetown. You know, agree to disagree. Now where Anas Kurma mean they in power, now we can hear Chinese. Not that they weren't there, they probably were. But in terms of potent, it's Anas Kurma who brings them into the fold more or so. We look at some of the deals them, like how we say, let me bring in the screen so they know who I'm talking to. So it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself. When you look at some of the deals that Anas Kurma don't negotiate with the Chinese people, most of them are completed, some of them are not completed. Obviously, we run out of time, in time of presidency and administration run out. So, for example, the creation of new West Africa Tropical Disease Research and Treatment Center, that was already completed. So, when you see that one day, what he do to what matter bio they do, is there any comparison, or he was just too clever than President Bio at this time, or he was just a good negotiator than President Bio, regardless of all entourage we take to China?
Okay. So basically, there are two things. There was this famous American politician. I think he was Governor Kumu, who said, "You they campaign in prose and then you govern in poetry." Also, I think it's the opposite. So basically, what in that one they mean? When you run for power, you can say so many things, but when you get power, it's a completely different operation. You're no longer campaigning. But what is still happen? If we say people don't get power, it still appear like consider deep and campaign.
Yes.
You understand?
Indeed.
Then forget they govern. And when you govern, you need everybody Even the most fiercest critic, you will still need them on that point, on that table. Because guess what? Areas then they, where probably you as a government, you may not want to raise it because you think this was if you raise them, you go broke the investor in confidence. An opposition person, they pick them up. When an opposition person picked it up, they give you a standing. Now you don't like that one day now for go say our opposition members of parliament, this is their point, they are not agreeing to this. This is what they are demanding. So they use that now as a prop. Now they now you excuse. Hold on to that point. At some point, you get your way around. That was how an Nkrumah succeeded.
Okay.
That was how an Nkrumah succeeded.
Yeah, so he was a good negotiator, and besides, he know what they do, and he look and see the benefit for the future generation of Sierra Leone. So another question again. Let's be Bonita ask you a question, then I'll come in.
Well, this is not going to be a question. This is
Go
just
ahead.
for one of our viewers. This is from Mohammed Sise, all the way in Kent. It says, great analysis. Comrade Adams, thank you very much. And also the media team. Because again, Fatia, one of the things we've seen with Madabiyo, no other person, it does not mean well for Sierra Leone. Some of us have been here with him. We know who he is. So that's why when they were campaigning, I refuse to go any closer to anything that has to do with Madabi because I knew the worst will happen. If you remember during campaign 2018, they were calling APC Chinese. They said the roads were cosmetics.
I
All of
remember
a
that.
sudden, SFPP have become Chinese. If they
Okay.
had way,
Now,
they would have
Chinese than APC.
and not only have they become Chinese in its sense, but now they speak the Chinese language. Now then are the so-called quote and unquote PRO for the Chinese government. So I was going through the answers. So basically, watching the answers they tell we done are like parliamentary minutes, now like minutes where they show who that say this on a particular topic, who argued on what motions, what points were raised at a particular point. When I was going through the answers, and then I read through all of the points and that were raised during the toll gates negotiation. See how opposed vehemently the SLPP was. Things that wouldn't be the talk as anti-Sierra Leone, as undemocratic, as this and all that. And then suddenly, you can't find out, say, not sure them be don't cry yesterday, they opposed to a point. Now they can't defend. They can't tell we how powerful that agreement was, how magnanimous the Chinese government has been, or the Chinese investors for the last 10 years. They don't increase nothing. They don't ask me for anything. But all our MPs are saying is, we not tell you say can be PRO for the company. All we want to do, give us the data, more we know, waiting at the traffic data, all this while. Then we go no waiting for negotiate.
Yes. Okay, that's perfect. I've got another question for you. Oh, let me just read my notes. Sometimes I can't even read my own writing.
While you are reading that note, Fatia, I think I'll just going to let our viewers know to kindly subscribe because again, this is their number one platform. Everything
Yes.
we do here is that of legit. We make sure we verify. As much of us, it will be some of our own personal opinions, but we make sure that is that of a true reflection or closest to what it should be. Because again, people goes on social media as Lid Adam said, up to this day, SMPP are still campaigning. They are not sure if they are in governance because some of them will tell you that APC has not allowed us to rule. You have removed 10 members of parliament in APC for you to have more, which you did not. You have killed. Nothing has changed. You have literally witch hunt. You have done everything means necessary to destroy them. They have still stand. You've gone to the point to even kill them in their headquarters. Nothing came out of it. But still, APC are the one not allowing you to govern properly. I don't know if APC never said anything of APC would have retaliated. How would Sierra Leone be to this point? I'm still asking myself, and I hope one day APC will stand for the truth. because they have not, they are just sitting back. This is why Mada Bio and his cohort are still saying APC have not allowed them to rule for 6 years while you are killing the people. Even if they cough, they will kill you. But still, they
Okay.
are telling you APC have not done
Well,
anything.
Well, I mean,
that's absolutely true.
why should that come as a surprise to anybody? It shouldn't,
No,
because
no
at
surprise
the
at
end
all.
of the day, now Salon we see when people genuinely came out protested as a result of economic hardship, they take over, all of the everywhere in the country. They protested, and it was a genuine movement after the coronavirus. It was a genuine call. People were suffering. They
Okay.
wanted their government to help. What at the end of the day, what he end up for say? He called
Killings.
APC terrorist.
Killings.
You understand? Only
Yes.
for make a committee where in set up. Now the committee can unearth or can find out, see, yes, there may have been some political undertone, but genuinely, people really wanted their government to help. That was why they came out. So you find out from that 10 day, when our documents they come out, they have not done a single thing for implementer because they were caught pants down, red-handed.
Yes. Okay. Another
Just
question again. Yeah, go ahead, Sweet Bonita.
a quick one. One thing we should remember with SLPP, they are just launching. There is no implementation. They are just launching and launching and launching.
The
By the
launches.
time they finish launching, we don't know what will remain of Sierra Leone. So we have to be very, very careful before they launch our heads too, because that's the only thing that is left now.
Anyway, Leader Adams, what if you say this Chinese deal way Marabio don't do? How it benefits the economy in Sierra Leone and the infrastructure? So for the benefit
Economic
of the people, the wider, the people or wide, a large.
again in terms of infrastructure, I'm still not able to tell much of the Chinese side within the BU administration don't do in terms of infrastructure and salon. Again, I go on for make somebody bring me up to speed because most of the roads and all of that, these were existing projects and they just can't continue. Maybe you go on for tell we say it don't give we how do you call it, a foreign service academy. Yes, a foreign service academy is an institution where they just go build for intellectuals. There people who want for send as diplomats here and there. But I mean, where will build down there for we safe?
Of
Do we
course.
really need that? No, we don't. We can train with diplomats then through the same means where we done to train them. What did they give us? Yes, we have an extension at Lunge Airport. But the extension what we get, what's in the traffic flow, what's in the passenger volume what we get? Is it really showcasing Sierra Leone in terms of what's in attracting tourists and all that as compared to we neighbors? No, you don't. You gave us an extension wherein the cheapest ticket where you go on for buy saloon, plus or minus you check now, so you need a ticket to Sierra Leone, it will cost you nothing less than 1,700 or 500 pounds per minimum. And then you check with immediate neighbors, right? You never get some past 500 pounds, so it's not possible.
Not at all. Yep.
It's not possible. And what is the distance? Now, the same time way they take me from Lunge Airport for go wait na sea coach, we all go gather like sardine fish. We they wait for the boat. Then we go inside one poda, then cross on the other side. Then we go na some kind boat. Then we cross go somewhere else. By the time we go, that's 2 hours spent. Where you fly through Guinea. And by the way, the roads are tarred in Guinea. And their street is lit. Light,
Fantastic.
big time from airport. Take Ghana with border. The only side way they can meet darknet. As you cross the border, so na darknet.
That's Sierra Leone.
So what is it? So you're talking about infrastructure. You tell me say you don't give me airport, but what is the traffic volume? How many people are coming in? The people that they travel via either Guinea or Liberia now for Kansas alone, Sierra Leoneans are not to other people. Sierra Leoneans, it way more than the people that they fly through Lunge Airport. And just yesterday, somebody they sent me an added cost to the airport, where they don't up to about $420 something has been added. And I'll be the talk to an SLPP friend of mine. We've been get for fly in family from abroad for go Sierra Leone. About 6 or 7 of them. So where will they talk? And then I said to him, I said, listen, you may want to call me unpatriotic. I'm happy to wear that cap. If me now for fly to a third country and save me money, if they say I'm not patriotic, it's okay. Now I say, boys, he said, why would anybody want to call you on patriotic Sierra Leonean? He said, me now. He said, I saved more than $500 per each person in my family, about 6 or 7 of them. We go holiday last December. Now he said, I saved close to $8,000. If them be fly cash alone. He said, all that money you are saved, so they can use for holiday, we left some change. He said, don't be forgetting for me they come in. They flew through a third country. So imagine this now, then governors, that they tell you how much it depends people. The kind of negotiations the way we go into, we're not even healthy for the country in development one. So, my sisters, as far as flying through Sierra Leone is concerned, you know, if you have to save your pennies, go through a third country, it cost you no more than 1 hour, 45 minutes in fact, from Guinea Airport for Kana Saloon. 45 minutes, I guarantee you that. Drive.
Then the rest of the journey now from the border to wherever you are based in Britain.
Then from there now, you go through security the same way like when you go to Lunge no more. Then from there where you do it now, for drive go Salon, plus or minus an hour. You don't reach in a Freetown. What's the problem?
Nothing.
So now 2 hours.
Anyway.
Not 2 hours while they wait in Lunge for cross, and I don't use an Agini, I don't reach. And by the way, the same boats, the same owners, and we get sea coach. Now they serve they use Guinea now for $100. They plow the Guinea route. So and then they pick people now from the airport. Then you can at the
sea coach.
The sea coach ends on at the board, at the go board. Then it's the same 1 hour back, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Una don't na Aberdeen.
And also, lady, with when it comes to that sea coach, remember now in Freetown, before it used to be 45, they made it to 65. So if you're traveling all the way from Guinea for 100, and you have your luggages with you, not where they'll tell you your luggages will come with the next.
Okay.
No, this one, it's with you, you see it. So nobody will tell you that, oh, something is missing, my zipper has been tampered with. This is you having a legit. So it's just showing that we are losing more. But again, when it comes to SLPP, they don't give a hoot about
it. No, they wouldn't. As far as they're concerned. And it's not as if they are not oblivious. They're very well aware. They are fully aware of some of them things they are. But again, most of them, I mean, you're dealing with people and way, I mean, for all you know, some man not ever walk, decide where they come out, there you say, you they expect much from them bring them back home. And then when they get that opportunity for them for milk the system, they need to buy tickets, they need to do so then just to look for patrol. Some man they then in office, they look for the next time way for travel. They begin look for outside conference, they outside businesses, and they write a memo for clearance. He fly. What are you bringing in? Zero.
Nothing.
So
okay.
Just money making.
Thank you. We get video with the can't end the show now, but we get one video, then after that I get one question for you, Leader Adams. So technical team, could you please play the video? in
国家主席习近平28号下午在人民大会堂北大厅举行仪式，欢迎塞拉利昂共和国总统朱利叶斯·马达比奥对我国进行国事访问。天安门广场上鸣礼炮21响。
抖音
Oh, impressive. The Chinese can put up a show, can't they? When they know they're going to be charging you double for all those match passes
that's a proper
and those salute. obviously all that cost effective will be added to your contract. It's a business deal regardless.
I mean,
I get one last and final question. I'm sure Sweet Bonitas have got one question, and then we draw the show to a close because we don't day on air now for 1 hour 20 minutes. Sweet Bonita, you want to ask your question before I go ahead and ask my last one?
No, I just want to welcome three of our guests so far. We have Thomas Adam, he's watching us from London. We have Melvin David Rogers watching from London as well, and then Gail also watching from Tottenham. So it looks like the London is taking over today. We have few people from the States and few from Sierra Leone. So definitely the UK and Ireland are taking over. So
Okay, let me acknowledge few people that we forgot to mention. Mary Luke, all the way from Sierra Leone. Thank you, Grandma Tunde. You're in sunny Freetown. Enjoy your time. Thank you for joining us. This must have cost you a lot of data, but you're regular here. So thank you so much, Grandma Tunde. Mary Luke, you're welcome to this platform. Osman Conti as well. Day in, day out, Sunday after Sunday, you hear dedicatedly watching us from East Dulwich. Thank you so much, Osman. We are proud of you and thank you. Lamin Denke as well, day in, day out, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whenever we had show, you're here as well watching us. We're very much grateful. Thank you so much for joining us. Ada Sise as well, you're all welcome to this platform. Simba, Sweet Bonita mentioned you guys, Delwin, Ona, all thank you for wanna join me day after day. As soon as we come on dedicatedly on a dinner, we're not taking it for granted. We are very much grateful for one of the show on our support to the APC Diaspora TV online. You're all welcome to this platform. From everybody at APC Diaspora TV, we tell you now thank you. And my last and final question, Adams. What are the expectations regarding the outcome for this whole deal with Mother Biodongodi and the deliberation for Sierra Leone? What's in the outcome for President Bio?
Well, for me, the outcome for the 9 already they celebrate so a little over $9 million. We probably all of the trip the way you put together. Sometimes half of now money I don't use those spend so for good the trip.
Of course.
So waiting they can at the balance so they can shape to themselves no more now. You know.
So would you class this deal as a failure then?
Well, I don't want for totally say again. I don't want for totally say it's a failure. More we see precisely what's in the details. You know, like they say in the UK, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So we want to see exactly what they bring come before we. Then I think we go know whether it was successful or whether it was arranged in a way because somebody want for go take a honorary degree. So he said, well, more we just use all these 3 PR 110. More go on a state visit, request for this and all that, and all that stuff. And we still get to see the details at some point. That if they made them known. But whatever agreement there is, I am hoping that Parliament, they will get for take them to Parliament. If you get for involve the two countries or any other thing, for my Parliament review, ratified, and know precisely what's in there for we. Only then we go know the details. But any other thing that may have been signed behind closed doors, unless then people are coming on power before we get for know the details. Or maybe somebody vex now some corner, once they begin give we WikiLeaks. Then we will know exactly what was done in our name. But then people they don't go into a whole lot of deals then. And I'll say this, a whole lot of deals then where the Sierra Leonean people they are not privy to.
Yes, of course indeed. How does this you feel say how does this in terms of cultural, both the Chinese and Sierra Leonean, how do you think this come into play?
As far as China is concerned, China doesn't care about culture, they don't care about values, they don't care about anything. Their only interest is business, period. You commodity today, the next month can China they get the same deal, probably even more. That's China for you. It's a one China policy. Now their own interest some of them care about. What's in happen in other man country, it is not their business.
Okay. All right then. Thank you so much, Leader Adams. Thank you. We're very much grateful for you joining us today. Like I said at the beginning, you're a learned individual. You know your politics. You know the ins and outs of Sierra Leone politics in general, and also more so. We're very much grateful you to join me, and also I'm sure when we need you again, we will call on you. You're a valued member of this APC UK and I district diaspora, Freetown, anywhere there's a politics, you're valued member there, and we value your opinion, and your opinion is always welcome to many, wider and abroad. SweetBonita, I think you get few announcements for make, and then we'll draw the show to a close.
Thank
Well,
you.
before I do a full announcement, I would just want Leader Adams to give us his final word for the day for our viewers.
The
Because
masses,
it would
yeah.
be nice for him to do that, so at least they know definitely he has come to the end of the program. Thank you so much.
Well, I think my parting words will be more of an advisory to the APC party. That we unfortunately find ourselves at the position where we did so because of we internal divisions and wrangling. We fully aware of what the challenges are, the problem where we get now for rise above them, and understand that we have more in common than that which divides us. So until we get to understand that as a party, we need to be careful, because within the SLPP and the BO administration, they do so, they are strategically positioning themselves for wherever there is going to be an election, call it via tripartite, call it via 2028 now, or whichever means, they are preparing themselves. That is the reason why, as we speak, they are currently reviewing the SLPP 2022 constitution, where, by the way, came about the same time as we APC constitution, only that they can a little earlier than ours. It's currently being reviewed. For what? Because they want to reposition themselves. And at the same time, the 1991 Sierra Leone Constitution is also being reviewed quietly. And we, as an opposition party, I want to say, for now, because we're still contesting the legality of the current administration, we're busy the fight we save. And me believe say we for don't rise above that. And we get to understand, say, politics is an interest game. I don't care how we like we self, how we pretend to we self, all man get for always protecting interest. But make you always look at and say, my interest not for supersede or surpasses another person in that of the general interest on the party interest. Until we able for reconcile the interest then they and say, you know what, brother, you all your points, but here is our commonalities, we can work together. We have a challenge. Because for all you know, and this is what my fear is, where some of they anticipate, when that national constitution had been reviewed and then table and a parliament, then get what they want, and then go into a referendum with the current NEC electoral setup what we get, it is very likely it will get for pass. And if it pass, BO sign into law, it becomes effective as we national law. We not get nothing for do. So we have a responsibility for make we begin the push now, raise whatever objective we can together, so we're able to stand the test of time for me we fight back and educate with people. Because somebody they tell me from a closed door say even the 5-year tenure, tenure is about to be changed. They look at probably 7 years like Liberia. They're looking at that. And there might be some kind of call it more time or an extension. It's also in the hood. Take nothing for granted when you begin to get things to drip here and there. So anything can happen. The SLPP, they prepare themselves. And if they get them right, God forbid, then they go to referendum and win them, the West will stand by the move. Because the West will assume they were elected legally, and the West will support them.
Yes.
So we come back to the same crying baby business. So I say to all APCians, let us stand up together. Forget about your personal ego, whatever it is where they drive you. Reach out to the next mama and work together. It does not cost you a thing. You know what for reach out, you know what for work to somebody, come out in a leadership position. Period. But we get the responsibility. Otherwise, them guys who didn't do so, they are likely to repeat it. They are very likely to repeat it. That's my only advice. Thank you.
Fattia, you are muted.
Thank you so much. We get few announcements for make or actually acknowledge. Sweet Bonita go read some of them, and then probably I might read some of them. Sweet Bonita, go ahead, please.
Well, some of this that we have here, I think technical team should have just posted this live for the people to see, because it's a lot. It's for our fallen comrades, Ambassador Stevens, which was a diplomat, and I think it was over the weekend that they lay him to rest in Sierra Leone. And again, so many things, because if you remember last week, myself and you, I think Fatia, we did the same for a very young gentleman, Obshek, and this is his uncle. So within the same family, we have lost two. This is
Jumbo P, I think.
Yeah, that's Django Stevens.
Django Stevens. Yeah.
it's so sad. He lost, I can say, his son, and then the father too follows, because that's the younger brother to the mom. So it's really sad. It's really sad. But this is what it is. APC, we have lost a great man. The people that had the opportunity to work with him have not got anything bad to say.
Yeah.
But we have to say a farewell to him. It is the will of God, and we just have to accept that.
Yeah. He was a great man. He was the last born of late leader Pasheki. So Ina Jengopi Shaka Stevens, and he looked like his dad, and he was also, like Sweet Bonita said, ambassador in different parts of the world. I think the last one was in Germany. So as we bid a farewell to Ambassador Stephen, let us remember his legacy with gratitude and administration. Through he may no longer walk amongst us. Despite his spirit will forever inspire us to strive and excellence and unity in all our endeavors. That's from one of our technical team, JS Momo Jr. written that. And also we've got from the German, is the I'm not sure if it's the former German ambassador or somebody wrote say Ambassador Stephen was not just a diplomat, but also a beacon of friendship and a camaraderie. Let me see. I think I need the glasses. His laughter filled every room, and his sincere interest in people endeavored him to all who interacted with him. He effortlessly fostered collaboration, mutual respect. That is also from another comedy center. So we had so many messages and condolences messages to the Stevens family, and we only think about tonight in this difficult time, because like Sweet Bonita say, last week Shakati Janjalo in bracket Stephen was also buried, and last week again his uncle Jumbo P. Shaka Stephen was buried as well. So the Stevens family are going through quite a difficult time. For those of you who want to attend the memorial for Pop Shek, witness Shaka Tijanjalo, now this Friday at the Methodist Church in Camberwell from 3 o'clock, his memorial service will be held there. And in the afternoon, they would have a lunch as well to remember him with great laughter. Thank you so much. And we now say good night. Anybody got anything to say before we draw the show to a close? Okay, nothing from Leader Adams. Okay, we want to say thank you very much to the technical team who work at the backstages. Momo, Mo, Dr. Danke, Delwin, Ona all thank you, and once a personal thank you as well to the coordinator, which is Owanka. So he's not here. So once say thank you very much to him as well. He's got a funeral. So we also send the condolences to him. So many people are dying. 2024. Yes, go ahead, Sweet Bonita.
Just the last one before we forget. On Friday is International Women's Day. So definitely on Saturday, the diaspora women's leader will be hosting the whole of the women in the world, including those in Sierra Leone, on the same platform. So we'll kindly appeal to people to follow this platform, because it will be difficult for us sending out the invites every time. But if you have put on your notification bell, definitely you will see what is happening. So please, on Friday we'll be with the memorial service for Pop Chef at the Methodist Church, and on Saturday, which is the International Women's Day, the women's leader for the 6th region will be hosting the show. So definitely you will see the big people on our screen. It's not just us, me and Fatia, so definitely they taking over. So please make sure you locked in and locked up As always, this is your number one platform, the APC Online TV platform that gives you everything. God bless you and good evening all. You're mute, Fattia.
Cheese. Famous. Hello, 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 hello. Awe. 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 You get one life on leave. Me self get one life on leave. Why we no go use am gladdy and enjoy the time. Palava no dey finish. Time me no dey wait nobody. Now why I dey try for always get am nice every day and night. This world where we all fend we safe, not nobody own. You want to eat with you much we go down you belly now you young. And the balance where you go die left na all the money on. So why for the greedy you say for? If the motor car where you let buy 'em. If you see finance where you collect bill 'em, oh. You meet up woman where you let yanam. And if you let the man na for keep 'em. Want them oh. The food where you feel for eat na for eat 'em. That fine la pan where you let na for buy 'em. And tie 'em oh. And if you baby love you back love 'em. But if you love them all now you na for left 'em. Want them oh. Cause nobody know waiting tomorrow all. So every day of my life tear all. A fasting enjoyment stay go. Now for land for care for yourself. Nobody love you pass yourself. All man they fed for himself oh. Now why I know they allowed with the other man they panty